Okay, this is part 2 of setting up your campaigns. In this video you'll learn how to set up your campaigns correctly in the Bing Ads Editor tool. Firstly, you'll need to obviously ensure that you've exported and downloaded, or you know exactly where your file that you exported from the Google AdWords Editor tool is. Normally you should just save it onto your desktop. Obviously you should know the name of it also. Now what you would want to do is, once you've uploaded the Bing Ads Editor tool and you've opened it up, what you need to now do is you need to go to import. What you need to now do is go to import. Then you want to go from a custom spreadsheet. This is what you want to click. Now you're going to browse the files which are on your computer. Now this is the file which I've saved from AdWords Editor tool here. So what I now do is I'll go to open. The file name will show here. And go to next. Then you go to import. Now as you can see, it's importing all the information. Now it's shown that everything's been imported correctly. I just want to press close. Now you'll see the new campaign here, as you can see it. Now all you just want to do is back to all view. Just select from the tree menu here what one you want to look at, what campaign you want to look at. Now this part is really important, so please, focus on this area. When setting up campaigns in Bing, you want to ensure that these steps are done correctly. Now once you've obviously ensured that it's, this tab has been clicked on campaigns and it's highlighted, you want to click on targeting. These two is nothing to worry about. It will go onto default onto locations. So the first thing you want to do is you want to ensure that this says show ads to people only in your selected location, which you've already done in the Google AdWords Editor tool, but sometimes the information does not correlate all of the time anyway, so it's good for you to go through this process. So ensure that this button is checked. Then you want to scroll down. As you can see, the country is set to United States or whatever particular country you're going to be advertising in. Now this part is very important. You want to show ads to people in my targeted location. Ensure that this box is checked here. Once you've done that, you want to press apply. Then you want to go down to day of week. At the moment you want your ads to show on all of the days, so Monday to Sunday. So you want to select all, press apply. Then you're going to go down to the time of day, select all again and press apply. In all honesty, I've found that between 3 and 7 AM doesn't really convert that well, in all honesty, because most people are sleeping from those times. And another thing to realize is Bing only has like a 4 to 5 hour slot of times to be shown. It's not like Google or many other search engines which have like an hourly basis. It can be a bit annoying at times, but you just kind of have to gauge what hours are doing best for you. So you might find that between 11 and 2 during the day does much more better for you than perhaps 7 to 11 in the morning. So you will just really stop your campaign from running from those hours. So that's just something for you to look at. That's why you need to know how to ensure that everything is done correctly, so you can get the right type of information for the time. So once you've done that, you want to press apply. Demographics is not so important. You just want to now click on device. So just as you did in the Google AdWords Editor tool, you want your ads to only show on desktops and laptops. So you want to uncheck smartphones and tablet devices. Press apply. Once you've done all of that, you now want to press OK. So that's the first part done. Now what you want to do is you want to check on ad groups. Now what you normally want to do is normally want to control an A for all of this area here. So you're doing a bulk action basically, and what you'll do is your ad distribution. This is very, very important. Okay, I'll just break it down first. There's three ad distributions allowed on Bing. Now the first thing you need to realize is search is exactly that, it's search. Now this could be search on either Bing and Yahoo websites, which they own themselves, or it could be search for Bing and Yahoo syndicated search partners. So just how you know that Google also has partners which they partner with to get your searches out there, Bing also does the same thing. But what you want to do is, because essentially if you put the two together, Bing and Yahoo websites and also the syndicated websites, you won't get the real information. You won't know what is really working for you. All you'll get is a broad type of data as to what obviously type of clicks you're getting and so forth. But I found that if you break it down into this way that I'm going to show you, you get much more accurate information, and obviously you could take it from there, and obviously it will allow you to start bidding differently and so forth. So what you want to do is you want to firstly go to search. So on ad distribution you want to set it to search, and then on network distribution here, I'm not too sure why it's grayed out on my computer. Sometimes Bing Ads Editor, there's issues with it, so more than likely I'll probably have to restart it or uninstall and then reinstall it again. But for this area here, you want to select it to be only Bing and Yahoo websites. That's what you need it to say. So it shouldn't say all Bing and Yahoo search networks and syndicated search partners. It should say, for when you set it up firstly, it should be ad distribution search, network distribution, only Bing and Yahoo websites, and that's what you want to set it as. Once you set it as that, then you really just want to check on the keywords. If you want, you could put in a certain bid per keyword. I wouldn't really do that as yet, because what you want to do is you want to try to get as much traction as possible for each of your keywords, and then obviously let the data tell you whether to increase or decrease the bid. But if you feel that you want to do it here, then you can, but that's not exactly what I do. Now once you've done that, all you now want to do is you want to go and sync changes, then you press OK. Sorry, before you do that, apologize. You want to go to settings, you want to select uncheck if you have any other campaigns which are in this area. You want to uncheck them, so you only have the one which you want to do at the moment. So now you want to press OK. You'll just press yes here, then OK. Because what it's essentially going to do is only going to upload the information from this new campaign. So sometimes you may upload all of the information from your other campaigns which are in your Bing Ads Editor tool, and that can take, sometimes, depending on how big your campaigns are, it could probably take hours, which are not necessary. And the Bing Ads Editor tool is a little bit slow for uploading information. It's not as fast as the Google tool, but it's it's a lot more quicker than it used to be, that's for sure. If you have any issues, then you can go ahead and you can call a representative at Bing. They're extremely helpful, and they'll obviously upload any information, or tell you any type of advice or anything which could obviously benefit your campaign. Now once you've done that, you just press sync changes, and then you just press OK. once I won't press OK in this demonstration, because obviously it will start uploading things to my account which I don't need it to. So that's it. So once you've done that, it will probably take about, depending on the size of your account, anything from 10 to 20 minutes, well, up to, maybe depending on if your size of your account is really large, then it may take up to half an hour. But in most cases, within 5 to 15 minutes, your campaign should be uploaded, and it should now be live on your online version of your account. Now press cancel here. Now I'm going to show you how to go ahead and have your campaign set up correctly, so it shows for content network and for search syndication. When you set up an account, the first thing you need to do is you need to realize that you want to firstly show to only on ad distribution. Firstly, you want to show for search. On network distribution, you want to show firstly for only Bing and Yahoo websites. So that's a first campaign you would create. Then you would go ahead and create the same account again, which you've already uploaded, and then this time all you do is you'll change it so it says ad distribution as search. So it still says search down here. However, on this time you want to put the settings here on the drop down menu. It will say only Bing and Yahoo syndicated search partners. Now that's what you want it to say. You want this to say search, and you want network distribution to show for only Bing and Yahoo syndicated search partners. This will allow your ads to run on, well, this will allow you to have two campaigns. Obviously you'll need to set a budget for each of these campaigns, and then what you'll do is you'll show your ads to only Bing and Yahoo websites, and then you'll also show your ads to Bing and Yahoo syndicated search partners. Now this only tends to work in the USA and Canada. These are the two countries that I've found that, you know, separate the two, because no other market that Bing currently has enough volume apart from India, which if you're new to marketing, I kind of stay away from. I wouldn't really advise you to go there because there's just so much tracking you have to do. So for Bing USA and for Canada, the options are available for you to obviously separate from syndicated search partners and for only to show for Bing and Yahoo websites. So that's what I would do. So you'll set up another campaign and show for ad distribution search, and for network distribution only Bing and Yahoo syndicated search partners. Now you'd have to change the campaign name slightly. Maybe you just want to put one at the end which says search and one which says syndication. That's fine. Of course you'll need to reflect this in your tracking tool information as well. Lastly, what you would want to do to get that much more traffic is you want to set up everything from the off. You never want to select mixed. Mixed it's not necessary. So you just want to treat things as search, or you want to treat things as content only. Now you'll check on content. Of course you have to ensure that you control A, because it's for all of the ad groups here, right? Obviously this says varies because some of them, as we showed in the first example, was for search, and the second example, which I'm showing now, is for content. So that's why it says varies. But you would want to treat all of the ad groups as one. So what you'll want to do here is you'll control A, and then you'll select it to content, and then from there the network distribution would automatically go to all Bing and Yahoo search networks and syndicated search partners, which it says here, because this area will only be allowed to show for everything which Bing and Yahoo have on their network. So that's fine, that's not an issue. The minimum bid you're allowed for content is 5 cents, so it's not an issue here. So I would probably bid myself personally in content. I'll bid up to about 15 pence or 15 cents, and then I'll take it from there. Ideally you don't want to do rounded numbers on anything, so whether it be 20 pence, 30 pence, 25 pence, 15 pence, you don't want to do that, because that's how most marketers will market. Most people kind of have, you know, a number that they go to, and it always tends to be rounded. I've found that if I go to maybe, instead of going to 25 pence or 25 cents, if I go to 27, I get that much more traffic, because most people are going to bid up to 25p or 30 pence, so therefore you'll get more traffic than the person bidding on 25 pence, because obviously you're bidding 27. So stay away from rounded numbers. Ideally make the numbers that you're bidding on an odd number, such as 7, such as 9, such as 11, etc. So that's what you want to be doing. But for content, it's much more cheaper, because not many people know how to market on the content networks for Bing. So I would just probably bid about maybe 17 pence or for 17 cents, see what kind of traction I get, and then I'll just lower it. And to be honest, you won't even spend that much anyway. Whatever you bid, it's very rare that you actually spend that on content anyway, so it's not an issue. But obviously you just want to get as much traction as possible at the start to basically buy your data, because that's all you're doing. You're just buying data for the first 2 weeks, or for the first week, or for the first day, whatever it may be for your budget. Of course, doing it this way, which I've showed you, which is obviously setting up 3 separate campaigns for the one original campaign, being this one here, which we've just set up. You need to have much more of a bigger budget. So what you can do is you could start off with just search, and obviously you just press drop down menu here and go to search, and then obviously go to the example which I showed, which you would see here, but mine's for some reason is grayed out, as I said. So you'll just go to only Bing and Yahoo websites in network distribution. So you could start off with just search. Then once you've optimized your campaign so it's winning, you could then use some of the profits that you've gained to now start a whole new campaign under search, but network distribution you want to show for only Bing and Yahoo syndicated search partners. So that's what you can do, and then once that is in profit, you use some of the profits that you've gained now to go ahead and do the same campaign on content, because each of them will work differently. So you might realize that one doesn't work so well, or one makes much more ROI than the other. But if you can, I would do it from the start. I would set up 3 campaigns for the same offer, and then I'll take it from there. So that's what I do. So I just kind of advise everyone to kind of do exactly what I do, and hopefully they should get the same results as I do. With Content Network though, you have to treat it kind of different, because Content Network isn't the same as search. It's showing what Content Network is. I'm pretty sure most people are aware of the AdSense ads online, and basically it's just text ads on websites. So it will just find information that is relevant throughout the website or throughout the text on the website, and it will place your ads within that information or to the sidebar of it. So that's essentially what it is. So no one's really searching for what you have or what you're offering, but you're just gaining traction by them being on that particular website, and obviously it being related to what you have to offer. So you'll get much more clicks, but they won't be as targeted. So you have to kind of treat your optimization differently in that respect. Content Network, or the ad distribution for Content Network, is only available in USA, Canada, and in India. It also is going to be available in a few more countries. When I last spoke to my my account manager on Bing, but for the time being I'll only focus on concentrating on the Canada or the USA market for Content Network. It's not available in the UK because there's not enough search volume. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for all of the other countries, because they don't have a big enough market share to go ahead and obviously have Content Network, because I don't think they have enough partners in that area to obviously reflect the ads and so forth. So I hope that makes sense. It's very important that you set up your campaigns like this. Everything else as well, you can, once you're going to make any changes to your account, when you start optimizing your account, try to optimize your account within Bing Ads Editor tool here. So what you'll do is, when you've obviously when you're going to start to optimize your campaign, what you'll do now is you'll download any of your latest changes from your account. You'll get the new information here, and then from there you'll start optimizing your campaign. So you have much more information here. You'll have information such as spend, click-through rate, clicks, impressions for each keyword, here, and that's how you'll treat it. Now remember, the ad groups is going to be the same as the keywords. So what you need to remember is that you're going to have, for instance, this says stewed chicken recipe as a phrase, then it says stewed chicken recipe exact, then stewed chicken recipe broad. Now your ad groups have been set up as the same as keywords. So you have one keyword in each ad group. So that's something you need to remember. No matter what, you want to optimize your campaign via the keywords level. So you never want to optimize it at the ad groups level. You always want to optimize your campaign at the keywords level, no matter what. And then you take it from there. So you find out which is getting the most clicks, why they're not getting clicks, etc., etc. And then you pause it and you do any optimization within this area only. You never want to do it here. You can obviously pause it here and then pause the same thing again in the ad groups. It doesn't really matter because the keywords will override the ad groups anyway, so it's not a problem. If you also want to change the bid, you'll change the bid in the keywords level here also. So it's not a problem for you to go ahead and change the ad group level and the keyword level, or you feel that you may have to change the ad group level. It's not necessary. Do all of your changes within this Bing Ads Editor tool, and always ensure that you do the optimization via the keyword level. So yeah, that's about it. So what you want to do when you want to add negatives, all you have to do is you want to log into your account with Bing Ads. Once you've logged into your account, you'll be taken to the home screen, and the far right option will say negatives. You just want to click on that. Obviously you want to check the box for whatever account you want first, and then you want to click on the negatives button, and then you'll just be logged into your negatives area. You just add any negative keywords that you don't want to include in there. Depending on what type of negatives you want to do, you might want to add negatives for campaign level, or you might want to add negatives for ad group level. It's totally entirely up to you. They work differently, of course, and also you want to ensure that you put the correct negative style. So it could be match type negative being broad, or it could be match type negative being phrase or exact. Whichever one you want to do, it's important that you put the correct information. All of the styles are in the negatives area anyway, so it's very easy to do. It tells you what to do. So if you, for instance, if you wanted to do a negatives exact, you just put a bracket on before and after the word. So you know the keyword is within a bracket, and that's essentially it. If you wanted to do an exact one, if you wanted it to be a phrase, you'll just put quotations around the keyword. And that's obviously a negative for phrase. And obviously if you wanted it just to be a broad term for a negative, you just leave it as is, so you just enter in literally just a keyword. But all of the information on how to do negatives will be within the login information, so it's fine. So yeah, that's really it. So that's how I go about doing everything. Once I've added those in, then literally your account is ready to go active now. And you'll start getting traffic within the next 10 to 15 minutes, as long as everything's been approved. Okay.